the main kind of goal of today essentially will be to go through the basic event setup topics. We'll do like a full-on kind of step-by-step demo. So we're going to create an event together, basically. So like that, any questions just as we go along, just pop them in the chat box. As we go along, it'll basically be showing you all the different, what every different button means, basically. So a lot of these will have our marketing tools for your events as well. I think for a few people, if the marketing tools are of interest, we had a separate marketing webinar last year. So that's available to view on our YouTube channel, the recording of that one. If you want to book a one-on-one for any kind of marketing tools and integrations, just let me know as well. That's no problem. Fundraising is also a big part of what we do. It's one of our 3 core products. And again, this is a free integration on all of your events, which can be a really powerful marketing tool as well. So we'll touch on that too. So with our 3 core products being ticketing, fundraising, and membership, I think there's a really good mix on the call today between organisers, charities, and clubs from Cycling Ireland and Athletics Ireland as well. So apologies, I'll try to keep it as broad and give you as kind of specific information for each of you as well, as it applies. But yeah, for the most part, it's just a step-by-step guide about setting up events. And if you have any questions as you go along, just pop them in the chat box there. You're going to log into Eventmaster first and foremost. When you log in, you're going to see this welcome and your name. This is our test login here. So I'm going to click on manage events. So it'll show you your live events, your draft events. So we're going to create an event today. So we'll just do, well, we make test event 2024. So you'll have your event name, your short description. So this can be whatever you want. There are character limitations. You can put obviously all the extra event information in the description here. So anything you need, like meetup times, anything like that. Your genre and your event category. So say we'll do a maybe fun walk 2024. Perfect. So this is actually a new feature we added in this year. So by depending on your genre and category, these are built in keywords. So it basically means that your event is more easily searchable online when people search for these terms. So you might want to put in like family fun day or anything like that. So to add in your own, just simply type in the word and that will populate in for you there as well. So I'm just typing it in and clicking on add. So you can add as many of these there. So I think it's up to 25 characters. You can add 10 of these. We've done all the technical stuff in the background for you. So yeah, just add in whatever words you want into there. By default, it will bring in your event city as well. So if people are searching by location, again, it'll populate for you here then too. The currency is defaulted to euro, but you can change this to pound if there any of you are in Northern Ireland or the UK, or dollars as well. Your booking time limit, this can be whatever you want. By default, it's again set to 10 minutes for kind of participation events, or depending how long your order form is. So say if you have a lot of different tickets or questions on the order form, you can increase this to 20-30 minutes as well. You can set your online ticket sale times. So again, for example, once we create the event, we can publish it and have everything ready to go. But people say, for example, we could publish it today, but we don't want to start sales until Friday. We can put this in here. So if you click on the little calendar icon, you can choose your month, the year, and once you click on the date, it'll do it for you. So just for ease, so we can kind of test everything, I'll put the online sale as today, and then close them, say 31st of January. And if you scroll down, you can pick the whatever kind of time you need there. So you can choose to hide these dates on the page if you don't want people to know when the tickets are going to be on sale from. But usually these are they're not hidden, so people can see when the sales are closing. The event contacts, so this is more so for us. So whatever you put in here won't actually be visible from the front end for an event. So just to show you, let me do the Great Limerick Run as an example. So when people come on here, so say this is your event title, which you would have put in, the short description, and then the longer description then as well that you can populate. So the section we're filling in here right now is the event contacts, and this is linked to the contact organizer button. So you'll notice if any customer comes on and clicks on contact organizer, they're filling in this form, so they can't actually see your email or your phone number. Some organizers might put their email and phone number in the event description. That's totally fine. It's up to you if you want to do that. But just this section is here so people can contact you without having to have your details publicly available. So they're asked for their order ID. This is optional, their name, their email address, so you can get back to them, and then they can type in their message and send it to you. If any of you have had events on the platform already, you probably would have already received the emails like these as well. But yeah, this is basically where this section pulls from. So if you want those queries to go to a separate email other than your own, you can populate that here. Your event website then as well. This is optional. Some people will even put a link to their Facebook page, for example, if you don't have a website. I'll just populate this here so we can move along. Do you have any questions so far? Again, if you have any, just pop them in the chat, and myself or Louise can answer them as we go along, or we can go to them at the end. For the event search visibility, this means that your event will show in the Eventmaster calendar. So in the additional settings, then you can hide the fee at the start of the booking process. I think this is probably turned on here. Yeah, so basically you can hide the fee. So for example, you're setting your ticket price at say €65. But once the person gets to the checkout, they'll see the processing charge of 7%. As well. So you can choose to hide this at the start or have it visible at the start. So by default, it'll be the fee will be visible for people at the start of the booking process. For the cross promotion section, this basically shows if you have other events on the platform, when people come in to book a particular event, they'll see the banner image, they'll see your logo and the registration here. But in this section over here, they'll see your a preview of your other events that you have as well. So again, just another opportunity for people to book multiple events with you at the same time. A lot of these options here are more advanced. I think a lot of you will notice whether you have an event for a small event for 10 people or thousands of people, you all have access to the same features. Again, a lot of this we can actually do for you, depending on what your requirements are. We do any of these more advanced features as well. So for the allowing editing person data in Manage My Booking, that just means a person, so say if I buy a ticket today and I want to log in at a different date and change, say, my address or any other details, you can enable that so the person can log in and change the data they entered in the data they entered in the booking form the first time. For example, if you have multiple ticket types, so you can enable changing ticket types to manage my booking. So if a person goes on, they can say, if you had a ticket type for, say, a 5K or a 10K, they could say swap their distances. So yeah, it just depends on what way your tickets are set up. You can allow people to do this. For again, more so for races, you can allow people to upload their race times. This is more so for virtual events. And you'll have your own virtual leaderboard. Again, if that's something of interest, just let us know and we can set this up for you and send you your leaderboard link. Ticket transfers, there's actually been updates to this year as well. It would have been used for the Dublin Marathon as well. So you can basically turn on transfers so people can, say if a person can't go to an event anymore, they want to send their ticket to their friend instead, but they don't want to enter in all their details. So if you turn on transfers and manage my booking, again, it just means that the person who owns the ticket can log in and put in the first name, last name, and email address of the person they want to transfer their ticket to. And the person they're sending the ticket will get an email alert to say you can either accept or decline the transfer. And then if they accept, then they'll be prompted to basically fill in the registration form with their details, and then the transfer is complete. You can turn on dates for when you want transfers to be available. So again, if any of you are doing any races or large participation events like that, you're going to want to send off accurate data to like your timers and things like that. So you can set the times that the transfer window is open, and this will open and close automatically for you. You can enable it for specific ticket types as well. So yeah, full customization there. And if you want, you can add a transfer charge. So the transfer fee would need to be paid by the person that's accepting the transfer. For any of these sections and functions, we actually have built an organizer hub. So if you have any kind of questions or need kind of any kind of resource in a particular area, you can come in here. We've added a new button to your organizer section as well. I'll show you that once we go on to the next part. But basically you can search for whatever kind of resource you need. And so, for example, you'll see the organizer guide for creating transfers, but you'll also have a user ticket guide. So, for example, if you wanted to share something online, or if you have any customers getting in touch with queries, there's user guides there as well. So how they can log in and send their ticket transfer. So we're going to go on to the next section there now. So for your dates, again, very straightforward. Usually with the name of the event or the name of the date would be the same as your event. But just for the to show the kind of different ones, we'll do a morning slot and an afternoon one. So again, you're just going to name it. This is what will appear on the person's ticket as well when they're booking. So our event will be this day next week. And we'll start the morning one at 10 a.m. You'll notice this is the exact same as where you're setting your online sale date. So you're just clicking on the calendar icon, clicking on the date you need, again clicking on the time slot, the time, and just selecting your time from the drop down then as well. So we'll do our morning slot between 10 and 12:15. For the enable quantity override, so this is useful. So for example, if you had say a range of different ticket types, like a family entry, an adult entry, child entries, but you're limited to capacity at a particular venue or anything like that, you can have, say, 500 family tickets available, 500 adults, 500 children, but you can limit the overall quantity to that particular time slot to any amount. So it'll cut off sales. So you could have, say, 500 family entries and to 200 child entries, 50 adult entries, things like that. So yeah, it basically allows you to cut off sales for a particular time slot, no matter how many tickets left are still available. The event reminders, this is really handy. I think a lot of you all would have gotten the event reminder for the registration today with like the webinar link in it. So you can send this out 24 hours before. This is default on all events. You can change it if you want. You can add in additional ones. So you might want one to go out 48 hours beforehand. And it'll tell you what time the email will be sent at, basically. So by default in this reminder, it'll have the link to the person's ticket to say your event's happening tomorrow. This is the link to your e-ticket. And then you can add in any other custom text you want. So for example, if you want to tell everyone who's coming to say arrive 15 minutes beforehand, bring equipment XYZ with you, anything like that. So you can add in your custom text. For your venues, you can add in new venues. It can be an online event where you don't need to enter in a venue. But just to show you how it works. So I just clicked on create new venue. If it's a different location, I'll just say park, Limerick. The latitude and longitude, this doesn't really matter. You can just put in 000 for this as well. So once you've put it in, you'll notice your new venue has appeared in the drop down. So you can just select that. And I'm going to add in a second date, and we'll do our morning slot or our afternoon slot. So same again, we'll do it on the same day even, and we'll do it at a later time. Perfect. So we'll limit the quantity on this one, say to 1,000 people. And we'll do our same reminder. So again, you can have different reminders on the different time slots, or these can be the exact same, totally up to you. And we'll keep it in the same location then as well. So we're going to continue. So for the ticket types, you can do paid tickets, you can do free tickets. For free events, there's no charge from us either. So again, if you've any free events, it's really handy to have them on the platform as well. Because again, you'll have all your reports in the same place. You can integrate the fundraising as well for free. And basically it kind of lets you build up a marketing database as well. So you'll see who's registering even for your free events, and then have a way to let them know of your paid events then as well. So for this one, we'll do an adult entry. And so your ticket name. So again, this is what appears on the person's ticket. Again, if you want to say have any kind of, let people know of different kind of restrictions, so they'd have to be over 18 to have this kind of ticket, you can, feel free to type it into the ticket type as well. The available quantity, we'll do 500. You can do advanced settings on your ticket types as well. So I'm just going to click on enable advanced settings. So it'll let you set, if you wanted to have only a specific ticket available for a certain time slot, you can edit it here. So I might want, say, I might want all the adult tickets to be in the evening time. Or for example, if there was no children allowed in the evening time ones, you can just change that over here. So I'll just save that there now. And for the price, again, you can set this, we'll do 25 euros. It'll show you as well what the final price will be for the customer. So by default, the fees are added on instead of absorbed. 99.9% of organisers will add it on. I think a lot of customers now are used to having those processing charges when they're, booking online regardless. So it'll show you what's there. But of course, if you want to absorb the fee, that's no problem at all. And basically, instead of the 25 euro going directly to you in real time, it'll be the 24 or 23 euro going directly to you in real time, and the fees will automatically go to the platform. So it all works the same way with the real-time payments. Another kind of advanced issue would be to have the access key on event. So if you wanted to hide a particular ticket type, have like a VIP access one, you can use access keys. Again, if this is of interest, just let us know and we can go through it with you, set it up for you. But just so you know that that functionality is there. For the advanced, again, you can show this. By default, it'll always be shown. You can hide the ticket periodically. If you wanted to do a table quiz or anything like that, for example, or like for family tickets, and you wanted to collect the details of, say, the 3 different people, you can have one ticket type, but you can make it create 3 tickets. So this would be handy for a family entry, for example. For the quantity per order, this just means if you wanted to limit how many tickets people can buy at one time, by default, it's between 1 and 10. But again, if you wanted people to only be able to book one ticket at a time, if you had a really high in demand event, or anything like that, you can set it to whatever you want as well. For the date field limitations, this means you can put on age restrictions on certain ticket types. So, for example, if somebody had bought an adult ticket, once they proceed and get into filling in the rest of their details, they'll need to put in a date of birth that's over these particular dates here. Again, a lot more different details here and more advanced options. For price tranches, this is great for early bird registration, for example. Again, if you're interested in this, we have the guide in the organizer hub. Or again, we can set it up for you or do a separate demonstration here. It's pretty straightforward. You'll just need to name it. The name is what you can see in the back end. The ticket type name is what appears for the customer. So for example, you might change that one to adult early bird. And so we set it to 25 euro originally. So say we want it to be 20 euro as the early bird price. And you can set it between particular dates, or you can set it by ticket quantity. So for example, from the first ticket to ticket number 100, you want only that amount of tickets to be 20 euro. So again, really kind of cool marketing tool, to kind of drive traffic towards the event as well. For people wanting to get those early bird prices. I'll just add a child ticket now, for example, as well. Again, all the different functionality is the same on the different tickets. If I don't enable the advanced settings, by default, there'll be 100 tickets on both those time slots. And I will do a 10 euro child ticket. For tickets under 14 euro, you'll notice there's a 1 euro flat charge that includes the banking fees. And all those other settings are the same. So just to show you, yeah, this is just our other test events here. So you'll notice this is how they populate in the cross promotion area. You can add in any custom images for your banner. So like we would have seen here for like the Great Limerick Run, you have your banner image, you can upload your logo as well, and it'll just basically preview how it appears. You can add in your own custom color as well. So to edit the color, we're going to click on the edit button on the bar, click on the color, and you can basically pull and drag it around all the different ones. It can be whatever you'd like it to be. Click on OK, and that'll apply it there for you then as well. It's handy as well if you just want to copy and paste your custom color code. And then if you edit down here as well, it'll change the color on your other kind of say for me, the ticket bars and buttons then as well on the event. If you're having trouble with any of this, just reach out to us as well, and we can set up the events for you, or even just check over them. I think once you've set up the first one, I think it gets you kind of get into a flow of knowing where everything is and setting them up. Um, we're going to continue. So the advanced has a good few settings in here. So the most important one would be your order form. So you can do a customizable form per ticket or per order. So for ticket, it means that if I go in and buy 5 tickets, I'm going to have to enter in 5 different sets of details. But if you do a customizable form per order, it means I can go in and buy 5 tickets, but I'm only going to have to fill in my details once. Um, I think the most common would be the ticket. Again, you want to have mostly for the participation events, you're going to want to have the details of all the different people taking part. Um, and you'll have your pre-populated or pre-ticked kind of question options that are here for you. So your first name, last name, email, verify email, those would be um the only required questions that we would have. So for example, you're going to want to know the name of the person that's coming to the event, and you need the email address to send the ticket to. So these are all required. But all the other questions, you can have them as visible. So for example, you might want, say, the gender question to be visible, but people, if you don't have the required ticket, it means they can proceed without actually filling in that information. So they can fill in the information if they want to, but it's not required. And I'll untick our address. So if you're unticking them, it means that the question doesn't need to be filled in. If you have any custom questions, we can actually build them in for you. For example, like t-shirt sizes, any kind of questions at all related to each individual event. Um, Mobile number, other phone number. The emergency contact details. So again, these are all just pre-populated because I'd selected the genre as a sports event. The declaration section, if you click on edit here, you can upload your own terms and conditions in this section down here. In the default value section, we can give you default terms and conditions as well if you'd like. You can edit, like you just seen there. I clicked on the edit button. I can edit any of the questions. And as well, I think another good one is the matrix. So if I click on the matrix option here, it means, I'll only ask adults for their mobile, but I don't need the mobile number for a child ticket. So I'm just going to unselect those and click on save. And you'll notice that the mobile number then is moved to partial. There's lots of different customization questions options with the order form. So I wouldn't let it scare you. We can set up the questions for you. If you do need anything more customized done, I'm just going to save the progress we have so far. In the ticket settings, this just gives you a preview of what the ticket looks like for your ticket holders. So you'll see it pulls in your custom color, your logo, and the ticket type, the time and date of the event, and the location. For the mobile integration, again, a lot of these are kind of more advanced. If you are interested in scanning options for your event, we have a free organizer scanning app. Again, you can just download this from the App Store or Google Play. And basically, someone presents you their ticket, you just open up the app and you can log in as log into your organizer with your organizer login. Select the event you want to scan for and just hold your phone over the QR code and it'll scan in the ticket for you. Again, we have the full guide on the organizer hub here as well if you're interested, and if you want to have any other kind of separate kind of run through with us or any of the team, just let us know. For the social integration, this is basically all the marketing side of things. If you want to have a look back, we did the marketing webinar last year that was recorded. It's on our YouTube channel. You can basically integrate Google Analytics. Again, very straightforward. If you want to set up any kind of tracking on your event, you're just setting up a separate property within your own Google Analytics, and you just have to copy and paste the code into this section here. And it does all the hard work for you. So you can track the visitors to your web page. Same for any of them. If you're using any kind of Google ads, you can use the Google or the Facebook Pixel ID to kind of target your Facebook ads more to people who are visiting your event page. And then again, even just a link for your Facebook page and to your Twitter page, so you can kind of gain more followers as they're coming on to view your event. You can turn on ticket numbering as well if you're having if you want to turn this on, and the person's race number will be on their ticket as well. For your notifications, again, it's similar to the reminder. So the notification section is your confirmation email. So it'll be defaulted to the default option, which is basically dear the person's name, their order number, a link to their ticket, and the date the event is on. Again, you can click on the custom option. It'll have the same information as the above there, but in between the event date and the sign off, you can add in your own custom text here. So for example, I would have edited the notifications for this event you would have registered for with the webinar link, for example. You can add in additional purchases, so like t-shirts, if you want to team up with a charity and do an additional donation option, we can put this in as well. For the additional purchases, there's actually built-in stock control options as well, so you can have different kind of t-shirt sizes and like limited quantities on each of them that you can manage. Again, if you'd like to do this, just let us know. We can set it all up for you. For the fundraising, if I'll just show you here. So for the fundraising campaigns, I'll just show you the different ones we have at the moment. So for Cycling Ireland events, organisers, and for Athletics Ireland, by default, all charities are available for selection and fundraising. Organisers have the option to turn this on or off, but it's totally optional for people taking part. So it's had huge success over the last few months. So there's the default campaign, which a lot of events would have on it as well. But for any kind of custom campaigns, like we would have seen there, so like the Great Limerick Run would be a permanent event as well, but they have a custom fundraising campaign. I think they had over 200,000 fundraised last year alone in the 2023 event. So yeah, it's totally free to add on fundraising to the event and can have huge kind of implications for your event visibility. So your event would be on this calendar as well. So if people view the campaign, they can start fundraising, or they can click on the register now button and see the fundraiser leaderboard, see how much has been raised for the different charities, and there's a fundraiser of the week feature as well. So again, just a lot of extra visibility for your event by having this as well. For any charities that are on as well, again, you could set up an event that's just for your specific charity and not for all charities, like for example, like the Aware 5K or anything like that. So it's just there, one charity available for selection. There's a range of different options here. Again, if you're interested, we have a whole section on the Give to You site. That shows you the different options in terms of organising fundraising events and the different integrations. So single charities, multiple charities, optional page creation, automated page creation, and all the funds go directly to the charity in real time for the fundraising. So an amazing tool for any kind of sponsorships for the event, so the sponsors can see how much has been raised for charities through the event as well. For the access codes, this is again more advanced option if you want to have restricted access to the event, like a VIP. If the event sells out quickly and you want to give priority access to people who registered, say last year, you could send out codes to those people that are custom codes, and they need to enter in their specific code in order to book into the event. Your payment settings for your first event, we would do this for you, configure it for you. And this is where you would set where your fees, so it would be added or absorbed. So by default, it's set to added. We have a new partial refund option as well. So for example, if you didn't want to give full refunds for the event, you could say it just means if you click on the cancel button in the order section, it'll show you refund 100%, no refund, or say if you wanted to do a 50% refund, then this option will appear for you in the back end as well. You can set up your own discounts. Again, the full guide is on the Organizer Hub, and we went through it in the previous marketing webinar. And probably the most useful button of the whole setup is the copy as. So say, for example, if you wanted to do, you've set up this event and it's absolutely perfect, and you might have this event happening every year. If you go into the Actions tab at the bottom here and click on Copy As, it will basically create oh, sorry, I haven't saved it, so I can't. It'll basically create a duplicate of this event in your draft section that then you can then go back and say, for example, just edit the dates or anything like that. So it saves all your hard work and saves you creating everything again from scratch. So really handy tool there as well. I'm conscious that we're coming up to lunch, so I don't want to keep you guys. I'll just cancel and we'll leave this one here to keep you too much longer. Another one that might be handy just in terms of like the basics, in terms of we've created the event and everything's saved and we can publish it for you. I'll just actually show you. You basically click on, once you're happy with everything and everything's populated, you just click on the publish event button to let it go live. And again, in case you don't want to start your sales yet, that would be in your online sale dates configuration down there. But for your orders, I just uploaded some test ones here so we could have a look at them. So you can search by all your live events or select an event from the drop down. So if a customer, say, gets in touch with you and they have a specific query, you can search for their order ID, search for their name, or search for their email here. I'm just going to click into this one. So say you can click on the edit button. So if they want to change their email, they made a typo in the email and they didn't get it, you can update their email, update anything in the order form for them. You can resend their confirmation email as well. You can click on the PDF. This will show you their ticket. So if you wanted to send them a PDF version of the ticket, if they're having any kind of issues, that's possible as well. You can change the ticket type. I don't know if this will work because we're in the test one. Oh, no, it will. So you can change it for a particular event. So say, for example, if they wanted to switch from this event to one of your other events, you can change the event for them. We don't have multiple dates or ticket types on this particular event option, but they will all appear in the drop downs for you as well. And if you don't want to make any, I think basically if there's a price difference, so say if they wanted to upgrade to like a VIP ticket or a more expensive ticket, you'll see the option to basically send the payment link to the customer and bypass the charge and just let it go through, issue them the new ticket without the extra charge. Likewise, if the ticket that they're trying to change it to is cheaper, you'll see the option to issue a refund of that amount to them as well. So yeah, loads of different options there. Again, they're all in the Organizer Hub if you have any kind of queries on them, or we can go through them separately as well. If you have any additional purchase options, I think postage would be the most common one. So as the organizer, you can click on add purchase and you can, any kind of additional purchases you have on the event will be there. So say I'm going to add on this t-shirt, there's a donation option as well. So you can send the payment form to the customer and take card details and input the card details, or just waive it and click on add the additional purchase. So if you return to the order, you'll see that the additional purchase is added on. You can change race number if the race number has already been assigned. If you click on the cancel, so say for example, if there was multiple tickets in this order, the small blue cancel button will cancel the individual ticket. But if you click on cancel order, you'll see the option that will refund the ticket and the additional purchase option. So basically it was a complimentary one. So you'll see the option there. If we'd done the previous event, you would see the refund in full, the partial refund, or no refund options. I think we just had one question go in there. Oh, perfect, Louise. Louise is on the questions. So basically, I know we have a range on. So for the clubs setting up events, I know it's different for Cycling Ireland. If you're uh organizing events through Cycling Ireland or those kind of permitted events, we actually do all the setup for you. But you can actually set up your own events on the platform as well, separately to this. So if you want to set up your own events, we can give you the organizer access to any of these features here. Likewise for charities, if you're on board as a charity, you actually already have organizer access by default. So again, you can set up any free events, any kind of fundraising events. So yeah, again, I don't want to keep you too much over time. And I don't think we've any. Does anyone else want to pop in any other questions there before we finish up? We will be sending out the recording probably later today, if not tomorrow. So you'll all have a copy of this. And if there's anything else you want to chat through separately, you can just pop an email to myself or Louise. I'll put both of our emails on the recording that's going out as well. And again, if you want to have any separate training with yourselves or any maybe like any of your wider teams, that's no problem as well. Payment with the discounts. I'll show you. I'll see if we can do one. Perfect. You should be able to see here now again. So yeah, for the discounts, I'm in the advanced section and I'm clicking on price discounts and I'm going to click on add event discount. So the name of your discount, this is just visible for you to manage in the back end, because you might have multiple ones, say for different kind of corporate partners or things like that. You can turn it on for specific ticket types as well, or just have it visible for all ticket types. It's important if you do tick the enable for ticket types, you need to select either one of these. So I'll turn it off. So I want this discount to be available for all tickets. You can add in a description if you want. Again, that's just visible to you. For the start date, again, this just kind of automates it for you. Say if you didn't want the discount to start until the 1st of February next month, or if you wanted to kind of pre-schedule things, you can do that. I'm just going to put it in from the 1st of January, just because I want it to be visible, say, straight away. And we'll expire it on, say, the 25th. Again, the kind of selection is the same kind of calendar as all the other bits on the event editor. You're just clicking on the month, the year, and then clicking on the date to set it. If you want a percentage discount, you can click the percentage and then just type in, so say it could be 10% off for this. If you want a euro amount, so say I'll untick the percentage one and I'll just put in €5, or whatever currency that the event is currently set to. For the type, so you can do unique discounts. So unique, you'll have to upload an Excel file with the heading codes. We have it'll tell you here, you'll have to upload the codes first. This wouldn't be as common, but it's an option. So For example, if you wanted to give out a bunch of discounts to a particular company and they wanted each employee to register separately and it to be limited and more controlled in terms of the number of discounts available, you can do it that way. The most common one would be the non-unique discount. So it would be, say, early bird 10 or whatever way you want to set it, or €5. You can basically enter in your code, and that's the code people will need to type in at the checkout. The non-unique, so the non-unique quantity, that means the number of times you want this discount to be used. So say you might want only 100 tickets to go through with this discount. And the max quantity per order. This means that, say, if I go on and I enter me and my 5 friends into an event, and do I want that €5 to be applied to all 5 tickets, or do I want it to be €5 off just one ticket in the order, or how many times it'll happen in the order? So you can set that there to 1, 2, 5. So however many tickets you want to limit that at, and then just click save. Oh, sorry, I'm trying to put a discount on a free event, but once that's saved, once that's live then and working, you'll see a green tick in the active section there. But yeah, if you're having any trouble or want to go through it and want us to set one up specifically on your event with you, just give us a shout. That's no problem at all. And again, if you have any particular queries, just let us know, and we'll keep you up to date with any kind of new features we're adding in as well. And thanks very much for your time, guys. Hopefully we'll see you again soon. Yeah. Thanks so much for joining us, guys, and I'll be sending out links to any other kind of future webinars or any kind of new features. We'll be keeping you up to date as well. So thanks a million for the support. Have a nice evening.